This bull market is not over. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you every single reason why I believe that the bear market has not begun and exactly why I think the best is yet to come for Bitcoin. I'm going to show you the technical reasons, we're going to discuss the fundamental reasons, and I'm going to give you a model that explains where Bitcoin is going over the remainder of 2025 and why, most importantly, we're going to be talking about how we should be preparing for and playing out this cycle. And I'm also going to show you what we are doing this cycle to prepare to maximize our very own financial sovereignty. If you're looking for today's video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. You see, fear and greed on Bitcoin has reached an absolute low. Just recently, fear and greed on Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 12. This drop down below 15 on fear and greed signifies that this is the most fearful that we have ever been about the price of Bitcoin. And the reason for this is that many people are concerned that this is the beginning of the bear market. I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to tell you that I don't think that's what's happening just yet, although we do want to look at some of the reasons why people are saying that, and I want to share with you why it's not a completely outlandish idea, even though I disagree with it. First and foremost, even though Bitcoin is maintaining its long-term uptrending level of support that has defined this bull market, therefore it has not gone into a bear market, Ethereum has not done the same. Ethereum had an uptrend, a shallower uptrend for that matter, not as steep, that it was respecting for this bull market, and Ethereum has fallen straight through the floor. We've not seen the same kind of uptrend and bullish momentum on ETH that we've seen on Bitcoin, and a lot of people are considering that a bearish sign. Furthermore, we've got a lot of FUD right now around the idea that Donald Trump is not actually as serious about acquiring Bitcoin into a strategic Bitcoin reserve as he said he was. Now, I don't personally agree with this take, but a lot of people are saying that since the Treasury is not instructed immediately to begin acquisition of Bitcoin and that they have to acquire Bitcoin in a budget neutral manner, that this is a bearish turnout for what we thought was going to be extremely bullish, a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I personally still think one's on the horizon, but a lot of people are concerned about that, and so Bitcoin's been going through a large crash. But I want to talk today about the reasons why I don't think that we're going into a bear market right now, and I want to show you when I would say that we are now confirming a bear market if we were to do so. The first reason is that even though Ethereum has broken its market structure, Ethereum is not the leader of this market. Bitcoin is, and Bitcoin has a massive amount of support beneath it. Everything from this long-term uptrending level of support that has underpinned the market so far to the point of control on the visible range volume profile sitting here at 67,000 to the previous all-time high on Bitcoin sitting at $73,800, which sits just beneath us. On top of that, we have bullish RSI divergence on the Bitcoin daily chart that has yet to play out. This could, in the next couple of weeks, lead us back up to $91,000 for a back test of previous resistance. Furthermore, if you've been watching our channel for the last couple of weeks, you'll know that we have this theory that Bitcoin needed to fall back down into this gap on the fixed range volume profile between 74,000 and 91,000. Essentially, we did a lot of trading right here between 50 and 74. Then we did quite a bit of trading here between 91 and 109. But where we didn't do any trading was between 74 and 91, this gap right here, and Bitcoin needed to fill this gap so we didn't go into a bear market. For the uninitiated, this is the exact same thing that Bitcoin did when it broke through $20,000 and found support at $30,000 just a few years ago. You can see here that there was such a massive gap between the last bull market's all-time high at $20,000 and then the 2021 bull market's bottom at $30,000 that we had virtually no trading between $20,000 and $30,000, and wouldn't you know it, that is the exact price range that Bitcoin had to fill during the last bear market. In a sense, it's almost like we're seeing a little miniature, tiny, not full scale, but small bear market right now, like we saw in 2022 and early 2023 to fill in the gap that was left back here in November and December of last year. In other words, because Bitcoin didn't trade between 74 and 91, it needs to trade between 74 and 91, and so 74 is probably the range around where our bottom is. I mean, the last time we saw this kind of formation take place, for example, we saw the range that we needed to fill was between 20,000 and 30,000, and wouldn't you know it, the bottom that Bitcoin continued bouncing off of during this time was at $18,500. The only reason that we dropped back down here to $15,500 was because FTX imploded and $9 billion disappeared. So is Bitcoin going into a bear market? Kind of. It's almost like this correction that we're going through right now is a miniature, small bear market in the middle of the bull market. This is the exact same setup that we saw in 2021 at the very bottom of the bear market, and we're experiencing it right now, except we're only down about 30% from all-time high. We're not down 83%. So it's almost like Bitcoin is filling the fixed range volume profile gap that it would have needed to later, that would have brought on a bear market earlier, but it's doing it right now. So I don't see this market anything like what everybody else is seeing it as. A lot of people are seeing this as the beginning of a major bear market. I see it as almost like a small bear market in the middle of the bull market that actually will probably extend the duration of the bull market. This correction that we're witnessing right now will probably end up being, a year from now, a big part of the reason that Bitcoin's bull market went longer than was expected. People are thinking we're gonna have a shortened cycle. I think this correction may actually be the setup that allows for a lengthened cycle. And that tracks with the history when you consider the fact that these cycles of uptrend and downtrend from bottom to top and rally again are taking almost a year. Back in the 2016-17 bull market, Bitcoin would go through a complete market swing in like 3 weeks. Here we dropped to $1,800, rallied back to $5,000, and then completed this entire movement in 60 days. From bottom to bottom or top to top, Bitcoin right now is taking 360 days to complete one full cycle of the bull market. Here we're 190 days into it. The market is moving slower, which makes sense also because we're maturing. Bitcoin's cycles of uptrend and downtrend inside the context of the bull market are taking longer. They're smaller returns, and in general, the market is maturing. So it stands to reason that this correction right here would take a few more months than maybe we're expecting, because these cycles are taking longer than they did in the last bull market and bear market. This is a fundamentally different area. We're having institutional adoption. Last bull market was the season of institutional interest. Before that was retail investment, was 2016-17. Before that was retail interest back in 2012-2013. This is institutional investment and nation state investment right now. That's what we're seeing right now. So it makes sense that the market is taking longer to play out. So is the bear market starting? When I say kind of, here's what I mean. It's almost like this is playing out like a small bear market in the middle of the bull market in such a way that it may delay the need for a full-scale 70% bear market. If we keep seeing corrections like this, the era of the every 4-year, 2.5-year bear market might be over. If Bitcoin keeps growing in a sustainable way like it's doing right now, the days of massive bear markets might be behind us. If Bitcoin can grow slow enough and steady enough, but still enough to get people interested, the days of 73% downturns might be over. That is, after all, something that we've been saying for more than a decade here. The 2013-14 bear market was an 86% dip. Then here in 2018, Bitcoin dove by 83%, 3% smaller. Then our most recent bear market, Bitcoin only dived by 78%. This was a 3% difference between these two bear markets, and then it was a 5% difference between these two bear markets. If you continue that pattern linearly and you say that this bear market will be 7% smaller than the last, well, the last bear market was 78% deep, maybe this bear market's only 70% deep. But even 70% seems unlikely, because if we go to $150,000, do you really think Bitcoin's ever gonna backtest 45 grand off a $150,000 all-time high? I'm not sure. Maybe Bitcoin goes to 200,000 and drops 60% down to $80,000, or maybe it goes to 225 or 250 and Bitcoin backtests 60% down to 100K. Time will tell, but what I do see on the horizon is that Bitcoin seems to be working on getting rid of the 4-year cycle. This is probably a process that's going to take 10 to 15 entire years, but eventually I think Bitcoin's going to start looking a lot less like 4-year cycle, and it's going to start looking a lot more like US stock market, where it's growing, but it's growing more steadily over time rather than going through a super predictable 4-year cycle based on the halvings, which are not really all that important anymore, considering the block reward's already so small anyway. We've almost got 20 million Bitcoin mined. There's only ever going to be 21 million in existence. The halving doesn't matter much anymore, and it was the only thing that was causing the 4-year cycle to begin with. So looks like that's going to start easing its way out of our analysis over time. So is Bitcoin going into a bear market right now? No, I don't think so. So then where is Bitcoin going? Well, I think that Bitcoin's going to spend a good bit of time trading here between 74 and 91, taking its sweet time. As we've talked about, is the character of this market. We're doing things slowly, sustainably, and more long-term focused. After a couple of months here, we're probably going to end up breaking back through 91 and going back towards all-time high, likely towards the midsummer, June or July. After that, I think we're going to go into a major rally, probably up towards about $150,000. Where's that number coming from, Jeb? Well, this rally off of $31,600 all the way up to $73,800 was 137% break off of the prior local top for the cycle. 74 up to 109 was a 48% rally. Taking the smaller of those, a 48% rally off the previous top of 109 would be $163,000. Getting all the way up to $150,000 would only be 37% higher than the previous all-time high at 109. It's very likely, very, very, very easy and likely, especially if we get some strategic Bitcoin reserves being approved in Texas, other states, and the United States federal government. Likewise, guys, everybody who understands the way the market works is buying right now. It's all the noobs that are selling. It's the noobs and is the people that are in the retail that are driving the fear and greed way down. BlackRock ain't scared, neither is Saylor. El Salvador's not scared, neither is Texas, neither are the people working on those bills in Congress, whether it be a state legislature or federal legislature. The United States federal government is not scared. Nobody that actually knows what's going on in this market is scared right now, except for the people that don't. So, are we going to go to $150,000 in this next cycle? Probably. And that means that these are great buying opportunities, which is exactly what we're doing. We're acquiring right now so that when we get up to $150,000, we have a portfolio that we were able to build down here. I want to encourage you to consider doing the same thing. Are you working on financial sovereignty in every area of your life? Are you working on investing for retirement? Are you working on paying off your mortgage? Are you working on extra investments for wealth generation? Are you working on having a budget? Are you working on being out of debt? Are you working on having savings? Do you understand why all of those things are important? If you don't, I encourage you to check out the Financial Sovereignty Academy, where I'm going to teach you exactly how to build wealth and walk down the steps that we have done to more than triple our net worth over just the last 18 months because we understand how money works. And no, it's not just because the Bitcoin market is appreciated, although that has been a part of it. The fact is, if you understand how to manage your money, your life's going to get more peaceful, because financial stress puts so much strain on marriages and families. And I want you guys to have a good life. So sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy, join our growing community, go watch over 3 hours of content over there. We got more content coming out every single week. Right now, we're uploading a video every week over there, and they're not short videos. They're like 30, 40-minute long videos with a lot of information and education. So sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy with the link in the description box down below. And also, if you have not already, make sure to sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy with the link in the description box down below, because that's where we're going to teach you about how to do technical analysis. So make sure to check it out down below. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. That's funny.